In 1189, at Chinon in central France, King Henry II was dying. His empire, covering all of England and vast areas of France, was crumbling. What eventually broke the aging king, though, was not the rebellions which threatened his kingdoms, but the discovery that one of the leading rebels was his youngest and favorite son, John.
John was a wonderful calculator, but in the end there was something vicious in him which is always going to come out, always going to smile to your face and stab you in the back.
He was violent, he was cunning, he was witty and fun, but he was also not to be trusted.
Throughout his 17-year reign, the man who would be known forever as Bad King John betrayed those closest to him, persecuted the innocent, and was the first king of England to be accused of murder. Writing after John's death, a medieval chronicler said of him, "He feared not God, nor respected men. His punishments were refinements of cruelty, the starvation of children, the crushing of old men. His court was a brothel where no woman was safe." John's oppression was so widely felt that the legend of Robin Hood was born, the mythic outlaw of Sherwood Forest, who stole from the rich and gave to the poor.
Exaggerations, I'm sure, but they were effective exaggerations because they were widely believed.
In 1215, that hostility would culminate in outright rebellion. 40 English barons, led by Robert Fitzwalter, decided to confront John with a set of demands, effectively limiting his power as the king.
They have to come up with something totally unprecedented. They have to develop a new kind of banner for rebellion, a program of reform, a charter of liberties, and so we get Magna Carta.
On June the 15th, 1215, at Runnymede near Windsor, John met with the barons to sign the Magna Carta, but he had no intention of abiding by it.
What John did at Runnymede on the 15th of June 1215 was suddenly to bring the negotiations to an end and say to the barons, "That's it, that's your lot, take it or leave it."
John's attitude made civil war inevitable. A brutal year-long campaign was waged throughout the country. In January 1216, John slaughtered the inhabitants of Berwick on the Scottish border as punishment for supporting the rebel barons. At Rochester in Kent, John personally directed the 7-week siege of this rebel stronghold. To torment the starving defenders even more, he ordered bacon fat to be smeared and burnt on the wooden props used to undermine the castle's west tower. The tower and the rebels' resolve soon collapsed.